right? They're they're just subsidizing and then
India.
moving.
Tell me about India. Why is India allowed to do that? They have to pay tariffs. Do they have an exemption on rice?
No, sir. We're still working on their trade deal. So
Yeah, but they should be dumping. I mean, I heard that from others. So you can't do that.
There's a WTO case against India
Give me
now.
Give me the countries if you could. Go ahead. India. Who else?
So India.
Mark it down. What'd you say?
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, who do you blame for losing India to China? In your post earlier today in the morning, you did put that out.
I don't think we have. I've been very disappointed that India would be buying so much oil, as you know, from Russia, and I let them know that. We put a very big tariff on India, 50% tariff, very high tariff. I get along very well with Modi, as you know. He's great. He was here a couple of months ago. In fact, we went to the Rose Garden, and the grass was so soaking wet. It was such a terrible place to have a news conference. I said, well, let's use a beautiful white stone emblematic of the White House, okay? And it's been very well received. But we had a news conference on the grass. That was my last news conference I had on the grass because everybody sunk in. You probably sunk in. Every reporter out there, they ruined their shoes. We made that change. It's been a really well-received change. Yeah, please, go ahead.
I'm very proud of my roots in India, my birth country, where my mother still lives after my father's passing earlier this year. And as the first and only Indian-American woman in the United States Congress, I'm deeply invested in this strong U.S.-India bilateral relationship. Our relationship has been forged in shared democratic values, countering the influence of China, and strategic partnerships on everything from innovative technologies to pharmaceutical manufacturing. And I think a relationship that strengthens both of our countries while calling out areas of disagreement, if necessary, is very important. We've both our countries face enormous challenges today, including democratic backsliding, including discrimination, decreasing freedoms of press and religion, and increasing human rights abuses. We also are facing challenges around tariffs, both here in the United States and in India. These tariffs are damaging India's economy and also hurting American businesses and consumers. Just last week, I heard from a fifth-generation family-owned company in Washington State that relies on agricultural products from India that can't be sourced at scale in the United States. They told me that these tariffs are the greatest threat to their business in over 120 years, and they're looking at either downsizing or offshoring their production to meet increased costs. Meanwhile, this president has threatened people-to-people ties by shutting down legal pathways to immigrate, reminiscent of a legacy of discriminatory quotas that made it extremely difficult for Indians to immigrate in the first place. As the only member of Congress to have been on both a student visa and an H-1B visa, I deeply understand the harms of those policies and am committed to making sure that we continue to provide strong legal pathways for people to come to this country from India as well as around the world. I've also been concerned about and just met with this morning a coalition of groups that's been working on anti-Indian hate that has been rising in the United States, and I've been hearing about from my own constituents. I just want to make the point that Indian Americans are extremely important to our economy, an integral part of our society, running major Fortune 500 companies as well as startups and leading cutting-edge research to
India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. However, this considerable progress in consolidating the relationship is now at a political standstill. The biggest obstacle concerns tariffs, President Trump's desire to balance trade with India and access India's market is precisely what India is offering. India has signed 5 trade agreements in recent years and is actively negotiating at least 5 more.